Welcome to the Deep Dive. We cut through all the noise and we uncover all the gems hidden within the information overload. Today, we're diving into the world of intelligent automation, or IA for short. It's a topic that's generating a lot of buzz lately. You're probably hearing terms like RPA, AI, and machine learning thrown around, and it can be a lot to unpack, but don't worry, we're here to make sense of it all.
That's right. What's so fascinating about IA is that we're moving beyond simply automating tasks. We're actually talking about systems that can learn and adapt and even make decisions. We're kind of blurring the lines between human capabilities and machine intelligence.
So instead of just following a set of pre-programmed rules, IA systems can think on their feet. How does that even work?
Well, think of it as like an evolution. We started with robotic process automation, or RPA. And these software robots are great at handling those repetitive rule-based tasks, but you know they have their limits.
Right. RPA is like having a digital assistant who can just tirelessly handle all those mundane tasks that we don't want to do. But what happens when things get more complex?
That's where AI comes in. By integrating AI and machine learning with RPA, we create these truly intelligent systems. These systems can analyze unstructured data, make predictions, and they can even learn from their experiences. Imagine a system that can not only process invoices, but also detect anomalies and flag potential fraud. That's pretty amazing, right?
That's pretty impressive. But let's break it down a bit further for our listeners. What are some of the core technologies that make all of this possible?
One key player is natural language processing, NLP. This enables computers to understand and interpret human language, which is really essential for things like chatbots and virtual assistants. Then there's computer vision, and this allows computers to actually see and interpret visual information. This is used in a wide range of applications, from quality control and manufacturing to medical imaging analysis.
So NLP is like teaching computers to speak our language, while computer vision is like giving them eyes to see the world. That's incredible. But how do these technologies actually translate into real-world applications?
We're actually seeing applications across a wide range of industries. For instance, in customer service, AI-powered chatbots are providing instant support and personalized experiences around the clock. In manufacturing, robots are working alongside humans on assembly lines, optimizing production processes and improving safety. And in finance, IA is streamlining tasks like loan processing and fraud detection, saving time and reducing errors.
It's amazing to see how IA is already transforming so many industries. But what about the impact on businesses themselves? What are some of the key benefits they're experiencing through IA adoption?
Well, one of the most significant benefits is definitely increased efficiency and productivity. IA can take care of those tedious, time-consuming tasks, freeing up employees to focus on more strategic and creative work, which ultimately leads to cost reductions.
So it's not just about replacing jobs, but it's about changing the nature of work. That's a really important distinction. But what about accuracy? Humans make mistakes, but, theoretically machines shouldn't.
Exactly. IA systems are designed to work tirelessly, delivering those consistent results and really minimizing errors. This enhanced accuracy and quality can be a game changer for many businesses.
One term that keeps popping up in our research is agentic AI. It seems to be taking IA to like a whole new level. Can you explain what agentic AI is and how it differs from traditional automation?
Agentic AI refers to AI systems that are truly autonomous. So, they can make decisions and perform tasks without any human intervention. Think of it like the difference between a car that's on autopilot, which still requires human oversight, and a fully self-driving car that can navigate complex situations and even learn new routes on its own.
So if traditional automation is like a car on autopilot, agentic AI is like a self-driving car that can make its own decisions. That's a great analogy.
Right.
But how are businesses actually using agentic AI to improve their operations?
There are some pretty fascinating applications that are starting to emerge. For example, in customer support, you can have AI agents that can detect customer sentiment, and they can actually escalate those complex issues to human representatives when necessary. In supply chain management, agentic AI can predict disruptions, and it can dynamically suggest alternate logistic routes. And in financial services, these agents can scan legal documents, extract relevant terms, and even make compliance recommendations.
It sounds like agentic AI is taking the intelligence and intelligent automation to a whole new level. And speaking of real-world applications, we here at Kinetica have been at the forefront of developing some pretty impressive AI agents ourselves.
Yes, we have. We've been really focusing on creating AI agents that can solve specific business challenges and really demonstrate the tangible benefits of using this technology.
I'm particularly intrigued by Alan, our AI legal document summarizer. Can you tell us a bit more about how Alan is revolutionizing these legal processes?
Just imagine you're dealing with mountains of legal documents, contracts that seem to go on forever. It's really a time-consuming process, and let's be honest, it's a little tedious. Alan can actually analyze those lengthy documents, pull out the key points, and create these really concise, actionable summaries. It's like having a super efficient legal assistant right at your fingertips.
So instead of spending hours poring over all this dense legal jargon, lawyers can now get like the gist of a document in minutes. That's amazing.
Exactly. It saves countless hours, enhances productivity, allowing legal professionals to focus on more strategic tasks.
And then what about data privacy? In today's world, protecting sensitive information is more important than ever. Is there an AI agent that can help with that?
There is. We've developed Susan, our AI PII redactor. Susan helps businesses stay compliant with all the data privacy regulations by automatically identifying and redacting sensitive information like names, phone numbers, addresses. It's like having an AI guardian angel for your data.
So Susan can scan through documents and automatically black out any sensitive information. That's a huge relief for businesses that are so concerned about data breaches and compliance.
Absolutely. It significantly reduces that risk of human error and ensures that businesses can share information securely.
And let's not forget about Mike, our AI quantitative proofreader. In a world where accuracy is paramount, especially when dealing with numbers, Mike seems like an invaluable asset.
Mike is all about precision. He can scan through documents, verify arithmetic accuracy, cross-check data consistency, and flag any errors or discrepancies. It's like having an eagle-eyed accountant who never misses a beat.
So whether it's a financial report, a budget proposal, or really any document that has a bunch of numbers in it, Mike can ensure that everything adds up perfectly. That's a dream come true for anyone who's ever had to manually proofread spreadsheets.
Precisely. Mike saves time, reduces errors, and ensures that those critical business documents are accurate and reliable.
These AI agents are such powerful examples of IA in action, solving specific business challenges and showcasing the real potential of this technology. It's clear that IA and agentic AI are transforming the way we work, making businesses more efficient, accurate, and secure. But I'm curious, what about the challenges of actually implementing IA? Are there any hurdles that businesses need to be aware of?
That's a great question, and one we should definitely address. While the benefits of IA are undeniable, there are certainly challenges that come with implementing these systems. Things like integration with existing systems, data security, and ensuring accuracy are all really important considerations. But the good news is, for every challenge, there's usually a solution. And we'll dive into those in the next part of our deep dive.
I'm eager to learn more about those solutions and how businesses can successfully navigate the world of IA. For now, let's move on to the next part.
Welcome back. Before the break, you were asking about the challenges of implementing IA.
Right. Implementing any new technology comes with its own set of hurdles. What are some of the key challenges businesses face when adopting IA?
One common challenge is integration. A lot of businesses have these legacy systems in place, and seamlessly integrating IA into those existing workflows, it can be really complex.
Yeah.
It requires careful planning and often involves collaborating with technology partners who really have that expertise in this area.
So it's not as simple as just plugging in an AI agent and expecting everything to work perfectly.
Yeah, exactly. It's super important to really assess your current infrastructure, identify those potential integration points, and, develop a roadmap for a smooth transition.
That makes sense. What about data security? With IA systems handling such sensitive information, security must be a huge concern.
Absolutely. IA systems rely heavily on data, right?
Right.
And protecting that data is paramount. This involves implementing really robust security measures, things like encryption and access controls, to prevent any unauthorized access and data breaches.
So it's like building a fortress around your data to keep it safe.
And that's a great way to put it. Data security should really be a foundational element of any IA implementation.
And what about accuracy? We've talked about the potential for IA to reduce errors, but how can businesses ensure that these systems are producing reliable results?
That's where rigorous testing and validation come in. Before deploying any IA solution, it's super crucial to thoroughly test its accuracy and performance. And this often involves using real-world data and scenarios to simulate how the system will behave in practice.
So it's like putting the IA system through a series of tests or exams to make sure it's up to the task.
Precisely. We need to be confident that the system is producing those accurate and consistent results before we can rely on it for those critical business decisions.
Another challenge that comes to mind is the potential for disruption. Implementing IA often involves changing those existing processes and workflows. So how can businesses manage this transition and minimize disruption to their operations?
Change management is a crucial aspect of any IA implementation. It's really important to involve employees throughout the whole process, communicate the benefits of IA, and provide adequate training and support. When employees understand the value of IA and how it will impact their roles, they're much more likely to kind of embrace the change.
So it's about bringing employees along on the journey and making
Ah,
sure they feel empowered by the technology rather than threatened by it.
exactly. IA shouldn't be seen as a replacement for human workers. It's about augmenting their capabilities and creating a more efficient and productive work environment. And that actually brings us to a really exciting concept, hyperautomation.
Hyperautomation. That sounds intense. What exactly does that involve?
Well, think of hyperautomation as the next evolution of automation. It kind of takes all those individual components of IA, like RPA, AI, and machine learning, and it orchestrates them to automate these entire business processes from end to end.
So instead of just automating individual tasks, we're talking about automating entire workflows.
Precisely. It's about connecting those dots between different systems and processes, creating a seamless flow of information and actions.
That sounds incredibly powerful. But what does this look like in practice? Can you give us like a real-world example?
Sure, let's take the example of onboarding a new employee. Traditionally, this process involves multiple steps, right? From all the HR paperwork to IT setup, departmental introductions. With hyperautomation, we can actually orchestrate all these steps. Imagine an AI agent that automatically collects the new employee's information, initiates the background check, sets up their IT accounts, and even schedules their first meeting with their manager.
So it's like having this invisible conductor orchestrating all those tasks behind the scenes.
That's a great analogy. Hyperautomation is really about streamlining those complex processes, eliminating those manual handoffs, and reducing the potential for errors.
Now, in our research, we've noticed that data seems to be like a recurring theme in the world of IA. Why is data so crucial to the success of IA implementations?
Data is like the fuel that powers IA. It's what enables these systems to learn, adapt, and make those intelligent decisions. The more data we have, the better we can train our AI algorithms to understand patterns, identify trends, and make really accurate predictions.
So it's like feeding the IA engine with high-quality fuel to make sure it runs smoothly.
That's a great way to put it. And that's where data analytics comes into play. By analyzing vast amounts of data, we can actually extract those valuable insights, identify areas for improvement, and make much more informed business decisions.
It sounds like data analytics is like the key to unlocking the true potential of IA. But with all this talk about data, it raises a really important question. How can businesses ensure that the data used to train IA systems is accurate and reliable?
That's where data governance comes in. It's about establishing processes and policies to ensure the quality, integrity, and security of data throughout its entire life cycle. It's like creating a set of rules and regulations for how data is collected, stored, processed, and used.
So it's like having a quality control system for your data.
Exactly. Effective data governance is crucial for ensuring that IA systems are fed with accurate and reliable data, which, in turn leads to more accurate and trustworthy results. It also helps ensure compliance with data privacy regulations, which is becoming more and more important these days.
It sounds like data governance is a foundational element for any organization that's looking to implement IA successfully. But, as we delve deeper into these challenges and solutions, it's becoming increasingly clear that IA isn't just about technology. It's also about people and processes.
You're absolutely right. IA is really about using technology to enhance human capabilities, not to replace them. It's about creating this harmonious partnership between people and machines, where each can leverage their own unique strength to achieve better outcomes.
It's about collaboration, not replacement. That's a really important message to convey. But I'm curious, what about the specific challenges that we at Kinerica have encountered in implementing IA solutions for our clients, and how have we addressed those challenges?
Well, one of the biggest challenges we often see is a lack of understanding about what IA can actually do. There's a lot of hype around IO these days, and sometimes businesses have unrealistic expectations. So we spend a lot of time educating our clients, helping them understand the real-world capabilities of IA and how it can be applied to their specific business challenges.
So it's about demystifying IA and kind of separating the hype from the reality.
Exactly. We want our clients to have a really clear understanding of what IA can and cannot do so that they can make those informed decisions about how to implement it.
That makes sense. What about other challenges?
Another challenge we often encounter is data silos. Many businesses have their data kind of scattered across different systems and departments, which can make it difficult to train and deploy really effective IA solutions. So we work with our clients to break down those silos and create a much more centralized and accessible data environment.
So it's like creating this unified data ecosystem where IA can thrive.
Exactly. Data is the lifeblood of IA, and the more easily we can access and analyze that data, the more effective our IA solutions will be.
Now, we've talked a lot about the challenges, but what about the solutions? What are some of the key strategies that we at Canrica use to help our clients overcome these hurdles and successfully implement IA?
One of our core principles is collaboration. We believe that the most successful IA implementations are the result of this close partnership between our team and the client's team. We work really closely with our clients to understand their business goals, identify opportunities for automation, and develop a tailored solution that meets their specific needs.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
Definitely not. Every business is unique, and their IA implementation should be tailored to their specific challenges and opportunities.
What about like the technical aspects of implementation? How do you ensure that IA systems are integrated seamlessly and securely into our clients' existing infrastructure?
Well, we have this amazing team of highly skilled engineers and data scientists who are true experts in these IA technologies. They work closely with our clients' IT teams to ensure that the integration process is both smooth and secure, minimizing any disruption to their operations.
It sounds like you have a very comprehensive approach to IA implementation, addressing both the technical and the human aspects of the process. But I'm curious, what are some of the most exciting trends you're seeing in the world of IA? What's on the horizon for this rapidly evolving field?
That's a great question, and one that actually leads us perfectly into the final part of our deep dive. Let's move on to the last part, and we can explore the future of IA. We're back and ready to kind of look ahead into that future of IA.
What trends are you seeing that you think our listeners should be aware of?
Well, one of the most exciting trends, I think, is the rise of no-code or low-code IA platforms. These platforms are designed to empower business users, to build and deploy their own automation solutions without needing extensive coding experience. It's really about democratizing access to IA and making it easier for businesses of all sizes to kind of leverage its power.
So instead of relying solely on those IT specialists, businesses can empower their own employees to create automations for their specific needs.
Exactly. This not only accelerates the whole adoption process, but it also fosters innovation by allowing those closest to the actual business problems to, create the solutions. We're also seeing a growing focus on the integration of IA with other emerging technologies like cloud computing, the Internet of Things, IoT, and blockchain.
That sounds like a recipe for some truly transformative applications. Can you give us an example of how these technologies might actually converge?
Sure. Imagine a manufacturing plant where you have sensors and IoT devices that are constantly collecting data on machine performance, inventory levels, and environmental conditions. All of this data is then fed into an IA system that uses AI algorithms to optimize production processes, predict any maintenance needs, and even adjust operations in real time based on those changing conditions. Then blockchain technology can be used to kind of securely track and verify the data, ensuring its integrity and transparency.
It's incredible to think about the possibilities when all of these technologies come together. But with all this advancement, there are also some concerns about the potential impact of IA on the workforce. What's your perspective on the future of work in an IA-driven world?
Well, IA is definitely going to change the nature of work, but I believe it will ultimately be a positive transformation. It's not about replacing humans, it's about really augmenting human capabilities and creating new opportunities.
So instead of fearing this potential job displacement, we should be thinking about how IA can actually empower us to work smarter and more efficiently.
Exactly. IA can handle those repetitive, mundane tasks, freeing up human employees to focus on more strategic, creative, and, value-adding activities.
That's a really reassuring perspective. Now, as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to bring it back to Canarica. What sets you apart in the world of IA? What makes you uniquely qualified to guide these businesses on their IA journey?
Well, we have a deep understanding of all these IA technologies and a proven track record of delivering successful solutions across a variety of industries. Our team really combines technical expertise with business acumen, allowing us to develop these tailored solutions that align with our clients' strategic goals. We really believe in a collaborative approach, working closely with our clients throughout that entire process, from initial assessment and strategy development to implementation and ongoing support.
It sounds like you're not just a technology provider, but a true partner. guiding businesses through every step of their IA transformation.
That's exactly what we strive to be. We understand that IA is not a one-size-fits-all solution, and we really take the time to understand our clients' unique needs and challenges. We're truly passionate about helping businesses harness the power of IA to drive innovation, efficiency, and of course, growth.
This has been a truly insightful deep dive into the world of IA. We've explored its core technologies, some real-world applications, the challenges and solutions of implementation, and even glimpsed into the future of this rapidly evolving field. For our listeners out there, I encourage you to continue exploring those possibilities of IA. The knowledge you've gained today will definitely serve you well as you navigate this exciting world of intelligent automation.
And remember, IA is not just about technology. It's really about human potential. It's about leveraging the power of all these intelligent systems to create a better future for ourselves and for generations to come.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring and keep learning.